Indeed. Now, joining us, Zuhdi Jasser with the American Islamic Forum for Democracy. Zuhdi, the president used specific words to describe the terror attack last night. He called the people who did it evil losers. I'm going to concentrate on that word, losers. Is there significance to the use of that word?
Absolutely, Stuart, because what they're finally saying now is we have a president that's taking this to where the terrorists are, which is this is a war, and we will win and they will lose. Not only are they evil, not only are they barbarians, but they will lose in the field of war. And this is one of the reasons they've been threatening, since 2 weeks ago, they were threatening MPs and asking them to commit acts where they can in the UK. And we are entering into this month of Ramadan, which for Muslims is a holy month of spiritual atonement and internal looking. But if you look in history in the last few years, there's been spikes in attacks around this time. So it is important to take the jihad to them and engage Muslims and tell them that this is your war. You need to have a jihad against jihad, and the president is going to turn them into losers. That's what's happening. By the way, when they were cheering this on Twitter, etc., the pro-ISIS forums were saying that they were getting revenge for the attacks in Iraq and Syria. So as we treat this cancer, Stuart, as we often see in patients with cancer, they get sicker before they get better. These acts are not, unfortunately, unexpected as we continue to defeat them on the battlefield.
Earlier today, our president held a joint news conference with Mahmoud Abbas, the leader of the Palestinian Authority, and subsequently, Israel's Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, lectured the Palestinians and said, look, you got to stop paying and rewarding the families of dead jihadis, because that apparently is Palestinian law. You'd go along with that?
We have to absolutely speak beyond the corrupt leadership of Abbas and the Hamas, and we have to speak to the Palestinians because their culture of hate is rewarded. They say one thing in English to President Trump and will say something completely different in Arabic. Just a few days ago, Abbas was talking about sort of just this being gestures, etc., and then goes and says he wants to make peace. That's a corrupt leadership. They're fueling hate. They're fueling a culture of hate, while Hamas has in its charter a genocidal doctrine against the Jews. So if we really want peace, and by the way, I would disagree with President Trump that there is no linkage between peace and the Israeli Palestinians with the regional peace. That is a false linkage. It's a noble effort to try to do it, but he needs to speak past the leadership to the Palestinians if they really need to first abandon their corrupt leadership before there's really going to be any genuine peace.
Zuhdi Jasser, thank you as always for joining us, sir.
Thank you.
Left-hand side.